Good morning, everyone. I am out for a little morning walk. In the last week or so, I've really been trying to shift the focus of my morning routine towards specifically all of the practices that for me help reduce stress and put me in a positive mindset to start the day, because as I told you last week, quarantine is finally starting to get to me a little bit, with the gym shutting down the second time just as I was gearing up to get ready to go. That just it hit me kind of hard. Quarantine blues are starting to get to me, let's just put it that way. So I've been doing everything I can to start off my day on the right foot, and that starts with a nice, gentle morning walk to get some sunshine and get some fresh air. Next, I'm gonna take my ultimate stress and anxiety fighting supplement duo, Ashwagandha and CBD. Now, I've talked about both of these at length before, so I will keep this brief, but Ashwagandha, favorite adaptogen. Adaptogens are a class of substances that come from roots and mushrooms and berries and things like that that help the body buffer against stress. And ashwagandha specifically has been shown to really help with cortisol regulation. Overall, the decrease in cortisol noted in humans who take ashwagandha is anywhere between 14 to 30% in otherwise healthy but stressed individuals. And studies have demonstrated really well that it does have potential anti-anxiety effects in people with chronic stress and anxiety disorder. And then also CBD has been shown to potentially help with anxiety as well. So I do take this CBD regularly, probably almost every single day. Usually I take it at night because I found that it has helped tremendously with my sleep. But when I am just in a more chronically stressed state, I like to take it in the morning instead, so that throughout the day I can just feel a little bit more balanced. Because right now, not feeling the balance. One double-blind placebo-controlled study looked at teenagers taking CBD over the course of 4 weeks and its effects on social anxiety disorder, and what they found is that those that were taking the CBD consistently for 4 weeks found a noticeable reduction in their symptoms of anxiety as measured by 2 different scales. Another study looked at the effects of CBD not only on subjective anxiety, so the actual symptoms that you feel, but also on the underlying brain mechanisms. And they found that relative to the control, those that were taking CBD not only experienced a decrease in symptoms and perceived anxiety, there was also a shift in function, particularly in the activity in the limbic and paralimbic brain areas. I find personally that when I take CBD regularly, I do notice a huge effect in the reduction of that edge that comes with anxiety. And as always, if you want to try out CBD, I highly recommend checking out Ned as a brand. They're without a doubt the top quality CBD brand out there. I've met the founders of the company and they're just so incredibly passionate about what they do. Their passion for CBD is my passion for adaptogens. If I were to make my own adaptogens, it would be top quality, And that's how they are about CBD, and that's why I love the brand so much. All of the hemp that they use is sourced directly from small farms, and they work together with the farmers to pick specific non-GMO strains of the hemp plant that are known specifically for their higher quality benefits. And then once the hemp is harvested, they use a slow and cold ethanol extraction method, which is the method that you want to be used, because that is what is going to not only get the most benefit out of the plant, but is going to prevent damage to the actual product that you're getting that would negate any of the benefits that you're getting out of it. A lot of companies use extraction methods that not only don't get all the benefits out of it, but actually harm the final product. I've said this before, but I tried so many different CBD brands while I was trying to find one that worked for me to help me heal from topical steroid withdrawal when I couldn't sleep. And this is the only one that made any sort of difference. I tried a lot of different brands for long periods of time, different doses. Nothing worked until I found Ned. So I am in love with it. It is my savior. If you want to check it out, make sure you use my code FitAndNerdy to get yourself 15% off your order, or you can use the code FitAndNerdy to get yourself 20% off your first subscription order through their North Star membership program, which has so many perks. Definitely encourage looking into it if you want CBD to be a long-term part of your lifestyle. So make sure you check it out. Link in description. I'm gonna take my ashwagandha, and then gonna do a little meditation. latte. Yes, I totally installed that hanging chair to use as like a meditative / creative space, and I freaking love it. I know my room is super extra though, don't judge me. Right, now it is time for a morning beverage. So I decided on a turmeric latte because I want something calming, obviously. I recently rediscovered my love of Organifi products, so I'm using the Organifi Gold as like the turmeric part. And then you guys know my new obsession with this vanilla collagen, so I'm gonna put some of that in there, and then just a little bit of milk creamer, and that's just gonna be it. Journaling is something I have been wanting to get back into, and this last like week of trying to kind of recalibrate has finally motivated me to grab my journal again and start writing. I don't have a method for what I'm personally doing right now. I'm kind of just like writing what comes and seeing what feels good, and then I'm kind of gonna maybe shape my journaling practice around what I find the most benefit from. But it's something I have been this last week really enjoying doing while I have my morning beverage. When you're stressed and or anxious, it's so easy to just get caught up in your own head and let those thoughts keep swirling around and like spiraling down. But when you're forced to kind of step back and look at them and put them on paper and voice them and not let them just like keep spiraling out of control, you can really see what you're really up against, and it makes it easier to put everything into perspective. But I also love journaling for gratitude, journaling for manifestation. Today's journaling was more of a manifestation of all of my life dreams. And now it's time for a workout to get those happy hormones flowing. I'm on week 2 of Project Comeback, and I'm so glad I decided to actually like follow a program, because if I weren't following it, I would have definitely quit by now. But we're doing it. You guys in the accountability group are holding me accountable, so we got this. Workout accomplished. I'm feeling so much better getting back into exercise this time, even though like it's a bit of a struggle mentally. Physically, I feel like I'm approaching it from a much better place than I was before, which I want to talk to you guys about. But first, I'm hungry. For breakfast, I prepped the chocolate Frosty balls again, and I'm so excited. It's been way too long since I've had that. All right, here's what's going down for the smoothie. We have a base of sweet potato, cauliflower, and a little bit of zucchini. It's about 2 cups of rice, all of it just steamed, then frozen. Then I'm gonna throw in maybe like 1/3 of this avocado, a little bit of flaxseed. I want it to be chocolate and peanut butter flavor, so I just got this peanut butter, the RX nut butter from Whole Foods the other day, just kind of on a whim. So I'm gonna throw that in there. Got some cacao powder, the 4 Sigmatic peanut butter protein, and then just to punch it up a little bit, add some healthy fats, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of goat milk yogurt. For the liquids, I'm gonna do some coconut milk, maybe a little bit of this creamer, and then some water, and then to top it off, we got some cacao nibs, and this is that black tahini crumble that I made like forever ago. I just kind of froze what was left, and now I've just been crumbling it on things when I feel like it. And we have breakfast. The biggest smoothie bowl on the planet. And turned out extra fluffy this time. I don't know what I did different. I mean, usually I use coconut yogurt instead of dairy yogurt, but this is different. But very, very delicious. All right, now that I am appropriately fueled, let's discuss how I ruined my progress with one easy, stupid mistake. After taking about 9 months off exercise for my health, I started to exercise again in January. I started with body weight workouts, and then I worked my way up to resistance band workouts, and then I started lifting actual weight again, like physical weights. And that was maybe the beginning of April. And until then, my approach had been super solid. Like, I was taking it easy. I started with body weight only exercises, and I was sore because I literally hadn't done anything in like 9 months. And I slowly progressed to resistance bands, and it was going great. And then I got the weights back, and all of a sudden it was like all logic went out the window. I got excited to be lifting heavy again, and I just pushed it way too hard, way too fast. I went from taking it appropriately easy to doing as much as I could. The key thing to remember when you are trying to make change, especially through exercise, is that you should always aim to do the minimum amount necessary to elicit change. When you're weight training, to get optimal results, you shouldn't be pushing yourself to maximum intensity. You should not be going to failure every single time. You should not feel super dead after every single workout. You should be working at about 70% of your max intensity. You need to find that Goldilocks zone where you're pushing yourself as much as possible, but not so far that your recovery suffers and so you don't actually make as much progress. And I went in there and I pushed myself as hard as I could. For example, I started doing pistol squats and very quickly worked my way up to doing, I don't remember what it was, like 12 10-pound pistol squats, where I literally could not do another single pistol squat in any single set, which means I was basically going to failure every single set, just because like it felt so good to feel like I could do that. And I was also letting my ego get to me a little bit, where like I wanted to feel that strong again, even though my body was not ready to be that strong again. Like, I should have just started with body weight pistol squats and done that for a bit and like eased myself into it, and then slowly increased the reps once I added the weight, instead of just going all out as far as I could. And then in addition to ego lifting being detrimental to my physical progress, it also majorly impacted my like motivation and mental progress and consistency and dedication, because I was pushing myself to the point where by the end of my workouts I felt more tired. I didn't feel that like energized feeling that you should feel when you walk away from your workout, and so I didn't really want to work out whenever it was my day to work out. So you may have noticed today with my workout, I wasn't lifting a ton of weight. Like, squatting 45 pounds, at least for me, is like the least I will ever squat. But that's what I squatted last week, and I was sore. So clearly it is honestly probably more than I need to elicit change right now. The main takeaway is, don't let your ego get in the way of your progress. If you try to push yourself too hard, you will actually hinder your progress. And the other takeaway is that you always want to do the minimum amount that's going to elicit change. I am thinking I'm gonna make like a complete video on kind of the 5 big mistakes that I've made in the last couple months on my fat loss journey that has basically been a failure, just to kind of give you guys insight into what's going on and why I'm struggling so much. So leave a comment down below if you want to see that video. But I think this thing that I just talked about is one of the big mistakes that I was making for sure. I'm gonna go for my quick evening pre-dinner walk. It's like almost 8 o'clock. I did not want to be cooking this late, but just had a lot to do. Things happened, so this is what's happening. I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I will show you my delicious dinner that I'm so excited about. I was actually planning on just going and ordering out, like getting sweet green or something tonight, but after I made the dinner last night, I was like, no, the world needs to know about this dinner, so I'm gonna make it in the video, so you guys are in luck. super simple curry recipe. The secret is using the Yai's Thai curry sauce. This is my go-to curry sauce whenever I want to make a curry because it's delicious. So I'm literally just cooking up some vegetables in the curry sauce with some chicken thigh that I roasted in the oven the other day. I just have some rice to mix in with it, and that's literally it, and it's so freaking good. We have dinner, a giant dinner, the size of my head dinner. I could not be happier with my decision for food. That's hot, ow. Just gonna leave that there for a minute, let it cool down. This is so incredibly easy to make. It's delicious, nutritious, and it's just fantastic. Not to like get to my own horn, but it's a pretty darn good dinner. Just finished my dinner, which means it is time for dessert. First off, I have a big cup of dandelion tea, and then I also grabbed half a bar of, this actually looks like quite a bit of chocolate now that I'm looking at it, but it's half a bar of the dark chocolate with puffed quinoa from Theo. The one thing that bothers me about their chocolate
is that a serving size is a third of a bar, but the bar is divided into 8 squares.
It's literally impossible to have a serving size unless you like literally use a knife to like cut through the chocolate. It makes no sense. The chocolate's very good though, so I guess I get a pass. Just spent the last hour or so working on an outline for a pilot script that I'm working on that I'm really excited about, but now it is bedtime. As I was showering and getting ready for bed, I realized that everything that I was trying to say earlier about the big mistake that I made in getting back into resistance training can kind of be summarized in like 2 sentences. And that is that 1, progressive overload is the main principle of making progress with resistance training. And number 2, if you are trying to hit your maximum load from the get-go, it's a lot harder to apply progressive overload because you've already maxed yourself out. So if you start at the minimum amount, you have plenty of space to apply progressive overload. If you start at the most loaded you can be, it's a lot harder to push and make progress. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. It's definitely one of the huge reasons that I have not really been seeing progress in my fat loss journey, along with a few other big things that have been going on. Let me know down in the comments what some of the mistakes that you've made along your fitness journey are, and more importantly, what you have learned from them. If we all share our experience, we can learn from each other and it will be great. Make sure you check out Ned CBD oil if you're interested and use my discount code FitAndNerdy to get yourself 15% off or 20% off a membership. Link down in the description box below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me on my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your neighbors. If you want to see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to see future videos from me. Hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.